G'day guys, got something a bit different today. We're going to test ride a bike. We're down here at AG Moto or Powerhouse in Pakenham, so I'm pretty excited. You've all seen the KLR on the channel. Today we are test riding Cfmoto 450. We're going to take it for a run. I'm guessing she's going to feel nice and smooth to me compared to the old KLR. But isn't it pretty? So we'll get sorted, we'll jump on, we'll go for a ride, and I'll give you my thoughts on the old girl. All right, I'm excited, we're ready. So these things are clocking in at about 174 kilos dry. It definitely feels a bit more lighter and maneuverable than the KLR at basically 200 kilos. Not quite as tall, the seat's definitely lower. See, it curves in, that looks a bit more comfortable than the old basic chunky dirt bike seat. Look at the back. So there's the KLR. Obviously a bit more refined, a bit more sleek, a bit more modern. Got some good wind protection just out of the box. Obviously that's aftermarket. So we'll jump on and we'll see how it feels. Oh, leg just goes straight over. So nice. Which is quite wide here. I'm just probably not used to it. Very thin between the legs, a bit wider up here. So we're in neutral, ABS. Let's click her on. Sounds nice. Twin cylinder, 44 horses. See, side stands down, Salami stands down. We'll kick that up. So the good thing Paul just showed me, ABS and your off-road mode. Hold this button here for 3 seconds. Off-road, ABS off, and as long as you're not touching the throttle, tap it, and now you're back on road mode. That's pretty handy. So we'll gingerly get out of the car park. Oh, that feels so nice and smooth and responsive. A fuel injection, I guess. First thing I'm noticing is I'm very much upright, a bit more than the old KLR. I shouldn't really compare this to the KLR, but that's all I've got. Smooth would be the word straight away. Yep, there's the horn. There's that fuel injection pulling me up. Buttery smooth gear changes too. 60 through here. Now you can see what speed I'm doing. I'll have to stay within the speed limit, not just that old digital thing I've got. Quite comfy. That wind protection is very good too. I can feel it like there. Just touching the top of my helmet. Like these mirrors too. There's fifth. Surprise, surprise. What is that? That's amazing. I didn't know bikes had 6 gears. KLR joke, KLR joke. Wow, she's very, very smooth sitting at 60. Oh, how forgiving's that? We're in 4th, and she's not even having a whinge at me that we're too low. Felt it a tiny bit there. Wow, it's definitely a different stance that I'm not used to, but it's not bad. It's quite comfortable. I feel very in control and over the bike, like not sat back so far. I feel like you're in a very commanding position and you can make basically the bike do what you want it to. Okay, I keep creeping over the speed limit. So we'll see how it feels at 100. I'm guessing it's going to be fine. And the sound, I like the sound, and it's dead stock too. Doesn't even complain in 6th when I make her lurch a bit. How does she balance? Impressive. Definitely not used to that responsive fuel injection. And that button, that is a big horn button. It is rather windy today. So 5th, 80, it feels great. Click it down to 6th, it's going to be like nothing. So we'll go down to about 70. I'll gently put her into 4th. Let's see how she pulls up to. Wow, that's so good. Sorry about the wind. That's very blustery, very, very blustery today. But it's not actually blowing me around very much, which is great. Just to, it is blowing my head around, but this bike is just stable, not pushing me. That's impressive. Feels like the weight's very low to the ground. For me, that's probably just what I'm used to. Corners very nicely, very responsive. I was worried my boots weren't going to fit under the gear stick, but because your feet are kind of sat like that, I feel like my legs are a little bit, I wouldn't say crunched up, that's not the word, but they're not so, I don't know what the word is. Scary power, it's just nice power. Wouldn't get a sore butt on this. Yeah, you could sit here for a while and you'd be comfortable as. So responsive. Yeah, I can stand up. So initial thoughts for the road, I think would just be smooth, probably the word I would use. Not intimidating, not too heavy to just sit here and keep it up on one leg. Fairly impressive. As long as you're careful with the throttle, this would be no worries for a beginner. The power's there, but it's smooth and it's controllable, which I think is what this bike is known for. I like the gear changes, they're smooth, but they're still there enough so you feel the click. You know when you're in gear, you don't even really have to look at the numbers. I keep hitting that horn button. It is bloody massive, look at it. So we're going, we'll just go to the back of these factories, find a quiet spot and have a look at this bike, and we'll go into a bit of detail. It's definitely no slouch, but still manageable. Doesn't even complain when you're just sort of rolling to a stop. All right, so that was a quick road ride. Very impressed, very smooth. Power's very linear, very friendly, beginner friendly. I think a new rider, if they sit on it, they might be a bit intimidated by the width of the fuel tank. But once you're riding and your eyes are up and you're concentrating, you don't even notice it. So she's a 449cc liquid-cooled parallel twin dual overhead cam, 270-degree crankshaft. Power is 32.5 kilowatts, 44 horsepower at 8,500 RPM. Torque is 44 Newton meters at 6,250 RPM. Transmission, buttery smooth 6-speed manual chain final drive. The weight, the dry weight is approximately 175 kilos. The seat height, which I pointed out before, is not quite as bulky and hard as the KLR one. Obviously, this is new. The seat height's 820 millimeters standard, with an optional link to drop it to 800 millimeters when you purchase one. Wheels and tires, 21 inch at the front, 18 inch at the rear, so the possibilities if you want to change tires are endless. This one's got some Ambro A4s on it, I'll show you those. The suspension on one of these is KYB, 41 millimeter USD fork and single rear shock, both with 200 millimeters of travel. Brakes and electronics. The front, 320 millimeter disc with 4-piston caliper. The rear is a 240 millimeter disc, dual channel Bosch ABS. Can be switched off, as I've shown you, and traction control. The fuel tank is 17.5 litres, and the ground clearance is 220 millimeters. But really, you know what? That's enough about specs. The Cfmoto 450Mt isn't just a bike, it's an escape. When you throw a leg over it, you're not just leaving the driveway, you're leaving the 9-to-5 grind behind. The noise, the stress, the endless routine, it all fades away the second this bike fires up. You're not just buying a motorbike, you're buying freedom. You're buying moments that stick with you, the mates you ride with, the quiet roads at sunset, and the corners that clear your head. Because out here, nothing else matters. It's just you, the road, and the sound of your own thoughts finally slowing down. That's what it's really about, not specs, not numbers, but what it gives you, peace, correction, adventure. This bike isn't just a bike, it's therapy on wheels for a lot of people. And if you've been thinking about one for yourself, head down to AG Moto Powerhouse in Pakenham, have a look and just sit on it and just see how it feels for you. I'm sure you'll know straight away if this bike is your bike. Yes, bikes have a bad reputation for being dangerous, but a lot of that comes down to the rider and the decisions that we make. So don't let that scare you off. Go and test ride one today and it might just change your life. Now let's have some fun and I'll take this beast back. Well, this is the first Cfmoto I've ridden, and to be honest, I've always been a bit wary of them in the past. Being a Chinese manufactured bike, I wasn't sure what to expect. But over the past few years, this brand has really stepped things up to a whole new level. They've built a solid reputation for producing bikes that are reliable, well-built, and genuinely enjoyable to ride. You can feel it the moment you get on. The balance, the smoothness, the fit, and the finish. Everything feels well thought out. And let's not forget that beautiful, addictive, double-cylinder exhaust note. It's the kind of sound that makes you want to keep twisting the throttle just to hear it sing a bit more. Now we're heading back to AG Moto Powerhouse in Pakenham. And I just want to take a quick moment to give a big thank you to Paul, Rod and Shandel for letting me experience this awesome motorbike today. They've been nothing but friendly, welcoming and helpful. Exactly the kind of people you want to deal with when you're passionate about bikes. You can tell they really pride themselves on great customer service and making sure you feel comfortable whether you're buying, browsing or just asking a few questions. If you're in the market for a new bike or maybe just curious to check out the one you've been thinking about, head down to 6-9 Southeast Boulevard in Pakenham. They'll happily take the time to show you around, answer any questions you've got and make sure you feel right at home. No pressure, no pushy sales tactics, just genuine bike enthusiasts who love what they do. Hopefully you got some good information out of this video, or at least enjoyed coming along for the ride. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out and keeps me motivated to keep putting more of these videos together for you. And don't forget, we've got our 200 subscriber giveaway coming up. When we hit that milestone, one lucky person living in Australia will win a free Ride Road Dirt hoodie, and 5 others in Australia will each receive 2 Ride Road Dirt stickers. So make sure you're subscribed and keep an eye out for that announcement once we hit the 200 mark. If you haven't already, check out my Instagram and TikTok for more behind the scene clips, short rides and upcoming projects. Thanks for watching, ride safe, and as always, I'll catch you in my mirrors.